Previously on the Data Factory.
Hello and welcome to this new episode. In this one, we introduce you to the topics that we are going to cover in Season 1. Also, we will have a look at what's in store for us in upcoming seasons. Moving ahead, we will gear towards intermediate and advanced topics, wherein we will cover everything using cases and practical walkthroughs. The Data Factory will come out with Seasons 2 and 3.
Hello and welcome to a new episode. In this one, we are going to cover the basics of database and SQL Server. Now, what is a database? Simply put, a database refers to any organized collection of data of any type and amount. These data can be accessed and secured electronically via systems. Now, what is a DBMS? Now, DBMS is an acronym for Database Management System. It refers to any software that enables us to store, secure and manage databases. Examples as you may see on the screen. For the purpose of this course, we will be using SQL Server. It's comparatively cheaper, easy to use. Most importantly, we have free technical support and updates by Microsoft. Additionally, it is supported by any cloud platform, be it AWS, GCP or Azure. Now, whatever we discuss and learn here in the course is therefore cloud platform agnostic. That is, even if you use GCP or AWS or Azure in the future, SQL Server can be installed in any of these cloud platforms. Our next topic here is about the types of databases. Broadly, we have 4 types of databases: OLTP, OLAP, DWH and HTAP. OLTP stands for Online Transaction Processing DB. It's used to store live real-time data. We can make use of basic SQL development for OLTP. Now, drawing parallels to a few of our real-world examples, in a cricket match, the live score that you see on the screen is stored in OLTP, and the current location that shows on your Google Maps is the data that's being fetched from OLTP. The second one is OLAP, that is Online Analytical Processing. It's essentially used for analysis of historical data and thereby projecting forecasts. We apply MSBI to implement OLAP, similarly to implement DWH and an HTAP. Now, coming up with a real-world example for OLAP would be when in a particular cricket match you see what has been the estimated run rate up until now and the required, that is the team needs to win the particular match. Okay, so these type of analysis and forecasts are used or rather implemented using an OLAP database. Coming to the example of Google Maps. Now, the estimated time of arrival that you see on the maps, that is making use of OLAP. Next, DWH is pretty simple. It is just used to store old, historical data. So basically, whatever data you want to archive, that is there in your DWH. Drawing parallels, in a cricket match, we can store all the data associated with match history, and in Google Maps, all the historical timeline, the places you have visited, etc. The fourth and the last one is HTAP, that is Hybrid Transactional Analytical DB. It's all the above in one DB. Finally, let's cover the basics of SQL Server. Now, SQL Server is like a storehouse for databases and used to store any type of database, whether it be your OLTP, OLAP, DWH or HTAP. These databases can be of any size and there are very high number of concurrent connections. To be exact, In a particular instance of a SQL Server, we can have connections across 32,767 databases. Now, what are the important features of SQL Server? It can be installed in local or in-premise data center or a remote storage as in cloud. We have free MSBI tools, and as you have seen in our earlier topic, we use MSBI to design DWH, OLAP, HTAP databases and reports. In fact, SQL Server can be very powerful when it comes to Power BI. So Power BI is an essential tool for business intelligence. Now we have seamless integration for SQL Server there. Now what are the versions that we have for SQL Server? We have SQL Server 2019, 2017, 16, 14, 12, that is going backwards. And very recently, we have the 22 version under preview. Now what are the different editions? The editions would be Data Center Edition, Enterprise Edition, Evaluation, Developer, Standard, etc. In our case, we will be using either Evaluation or a Developer Edition for the instance that will be setting up in our local machines, and an Enterprise Edition that we will set up at our end to let you connect to a remote or a cloud server. Now coming on to just two additional topics, that is SQL and t-sql. So SQL is essentially the structured query language that is used to communicate and perform operations. Operations can be storage, access and manipulation on any relational database. Now whenever we are referring to DBMS in this particular course, it's all relational database. Why relational? Because it's simple. So all the data that is being stored in a tabular manner, we can establish relationships across these tables. Now coming to Transact SQL, it's simply the communication language for SQL Server, a Microsoft branded one.